Americans are over $1 trillion in debt with their credit cards. Personal loans are at an all-time high. We're going to start seeing delinquency rates skyrocket. I want to go over with you guys today your credit. If you do not have good credit, it makes everything more difficult. And times are tough and they're getting tougher. You're going to have to make some serious choices. Some people, a large percentage, unfortunately. What we're going over today is what makes up your credit score. But I have a huge surprise for you guys as well that's coming out. I can't wait to tell you. I'm not going to tell you right now, but you're going to hear about it soon. It's never been more important to try to figure out your credit score. To go to the next level and own your own business and get good rates, they will always look at your personal credit, regardless if it's business credit or not. There are some lenders that don't look at your personal credit, but you're going to be paying higher interest. Let's focus on your credit score and what you can do now. And I'm going to show you what you should focus on. What makes up your credit score? So 35% of your credit score is on-time payments, payment history. That's 35%. The other high number is total amount owed of debt. That's 30% of your score. If you just focus on those two items, that's 65% of your score is payment history and total amount owed. 15% is the length of credit history. How long have you had credit? That's 15% of your score. And 10% is credit mix, your mix of credit, whether it's installment, mortgages, revolving, which is credit cards. Your credit mix is 10% of your score. The other 10% is new credit. Do you have a bunch of new credit cards? That's 10% of your score. Go through that again. I'll show it up on the screen. 35% payment history, 30% total amount owed, 15% length of credit history. Credit mix is worth 10% and new credit is worth 10%. And that is how you're perceived by lenders. If you find this content valuable, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out, and we really are trying to grow this channel. I have a major announcement that I wanted to tell you guys. I have been working on my credit series, video series, and it's a mammoth. I'm trying to pare it down so people can get it, watch it. I'm going to go over step by step how I increase my points, 80 points in a month. I can't promise you that that will happen for you, but if you follow the steps in the series that I'm developing, you will make it. I'm going to be able to drop that in the next 10 days, and that is when I'm going to share with you the major announcement that goes along with that. Please like, subscribe, send a super thanks if you want to. That will go to the big surprise as well. Please comment down below what you'd like to see in the credit book of anything. I've covered a lot of topics in the video series. I learned something yesterday after knowing credit backwards and forwards for over 20 years, 30 years. I learned something amazing yesterday. I was like, bam, I can finish the book now because I've always wondered rapid rescoring. I now know how to do it, and I can show you how to do it as well. Please comment down below if there's anything in particular you would want me to have in the credit series, and I will add it as I am making it. It's almost finished. Like, subscribe, remember. Well, I wanted to tell you a little trick that I do. What you want to make sure that you never cancel a credit card. Please do not cancel a credit card. 35% is your payment history, and it really is your utilization ratio. If you have a credit card, let's just say if you add up all of your credit cards, you potentially could have credit of, for easy math, $5,000. If you add up 5 credit cards, each one has $1,000 credit line, and you use $5,000, you're at 100% utilization ratio. You will get zinged, your score will plummet, it will be very bad. Now, I understand sometimes you can't help it, you need it, that's life. It always cracks me up when people say, pay your bills on time. Really? Wow, thanks guys. If I only would have known that, I would have had a great credit score. I get it. What you want to do, and the trick is, one, you want to keep your utilization below 30% if you can. Please, please, please keep it below 30%. Now, if you can't, there's some other other tips and tricks that I'll go over with you and tell you how to kind of get around that. You never want to cancel a credit card because that'll hurt your utilization ratio. Because now if you had a $5,000 available to you and you get rid of one of those cards, your utilization ratio will go up, right? So follow me with that. If you had $5,000 available to you in credit and you cancel one of those cards that had $1,000, now you have only $4,000. You've used up $4,000. That's not good. Do not cancel credit cards. I keep them open. The other tip or trick, if you have credit cards that have a zero balance, part of it is payment history. What I always make sure to do, and it could be the minimum amount, is make sure you make a payment. Make a payment every month. Even if you have a credit card that has zero balance on it, go buy a cup of coffee and pay it off, because your payment history makes your score go up. I would always make sure to be making payments every month. We're the only society that gives you bonus points for spending money. And I mean, really the system's messed up. That's a different video and time for a conversation, because you're being rewarded for being in debt. It's what makes America go around. What you want to do is always just make sure you have payment, positive payment history. And I would keep making payments. I mean, what I do is I double up on payments. Number one, another tip that you absolutely, please do this, is automatically put yourself on automatic payment. Each month for the minimum due, I have automatic payment set up. So I mentally don't have to think about that. Even if money's tight and times are tough, a $20 minimum payment, you have to make it, because if you are late on a payment, that stays with you forever. 7 years for bad payment. It affects your credit. At least make the minimum payment due. Put that on so you don't have to think about it, and then make an additional payment each month. Again, it's going to help your credit score. Even if it's $20, it counts as a payment. It's a big system called Oscar is what the system is for the credit, and it just looks at, did you make a payment? Wow, this person makes payments all the time. They made 80 payments. That helps your score. I know it's crazy, but it helps your score. So you always want to make sure to make payments, even on zero credit cards. By charge a coffee, make a payment. That's a huge credit tip that will get your score to go up. The other thing that you can do to help with your utilization ratio, and we'll have a separate video on that altogether, is an authorized user. Now, you don't want to use any of these until you're trying to make a run for either better credit, you're looking to get a credit card or mortgage. Some of these tactics you don't want to employ because they cost money, unless you're trying to go for something like another credit card. Or I went into getting my personal credit back together. I knew I was doing it because I wanted to switch everything over to business credit, and I wanted to start getting big credit lines. It's hard for the first bank to take that jump, that leap of faith. What I did is I utilized an authorized user account, which we will talk about fully in a video down below soon, because that's a whole video onto itself. Are different things, but you got to get that utilization ratio down if you can. You can do it with authorized user accounts. You can do it with paying down your bill, and then also make sure to make those payments and put everything on auto payment, so you don't even have to think about it. Make sure to subscribe, because you will want to find me again. The surprise I have coming for you guys, no one has done on YouTube before, and I can't wait to share it with you. This is D Money. Peace out.